Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've been waiting 24 hours to get up here and discuss House of Dragons Season 1, the finale. And I cannot wait to discuss this show with the panel we're going to have up here tonight. And if you guys have never seen Black Targaryens and Black Viserions, you're going to see them tonight. You're going to see them tonight. But first, joining me to this panel is the woman who, if she lived during the dragon days, she will be wielding a fierce ass hammer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the sister Moochie with her hammer.
Hello.
What's up, Moochie? How you
Hello.
doing?
Good evening, everybody. Queens is in the building.
Queens in the building watching House of Dragons. We are thankful to everyone that's tuning in to us. You know, we've had so much fun with this show. The ups, the downs, the hand and the foot. The battle between the blacks and the greens, and the growth of Rhaenyra and her coming into her own in this last episode. Moochie, talk to me, sister. How did you like this finale for House of the Dragons?
It was all right, but I thought we was gonna see some more action. It was too much back and forth talk. I did like the end, but I thought we was gonna see more. I know this is the beginning of it because we see now she's mad, but I thought we was gonna see more. But don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I thought we was gonna see more action.
Mm-hmm. Mooch, your complaint is the complaint of a lot of people who are fans of this lore. They felt like we was going to get a little more action out of this episode, and I never was set up to believe we was going to get a lot of action because I think I even mentioned on the last review we did, last episode was dedicated to the setup for how Team Green was going to be in their position for the war. And the last episode was going to be a setup for how was Team Black going to counterpunch to what has been thrown at them. And that's what we got. How did you feel about the climactic situation where you had Luke flying in the Storm's End to meet Mr. Baratheon, who dumbass couldn't read, had to get the maester to read for him. Going in there to get them to pledge fealty to the queen, the true queen, the queen of the Andals, the queen of the Seven Lands, the one true queen, Rhaenyra. And they told that little boy to go grow up. I'm going to marry Aemond, and I'm going to let one of my little whores become his wife, and you ain't got nothing to offer to me. Moochie, talk to me about that little sequence.
They're not honoring the whole succession thing. So now everybody's not honoring it because now they're honoring the their son, Allison's son. And it's messed up. It's messed up the way they did it. And I'm trying to figure out how they getting away with this. But she's being calm about it. Rhaenyra. She's being very calm about it right now. But she lost the baby. She's going through a lot. So she lost 2 kids within maybe 2 days' time.
Moochie's 100% right. And at the very end, you seen the final nail in the coffin when Rhaenyra turned around and gave you this face. This is the face of war, ladies and gentlemen. This is the face of fear. She had been trying to play this thing, let's have peace. In the beginning of the episode, she was giving birth to another stillborn baby. And that baby became stillborn because of the stress she had when she found out from Princess Rhaenys the coup that was going on with Aegon II and Alicent, who's supposed to be her friend, and that punk Otto Hightower. Moochie, when she found all that out, that threw Rhaenyra into labor, early labor, she gave stillborn birth. What did you think they was going to do with it? Because when they done that, I was like, where are they going to go in this episode? Is this going to be...
I'm
Go
glad.
ahead.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, no.
No.
I was gonna say, is this what's gonna push her over the edge because their actions has caused her to deliver a stillborn birth with the stress they caused? What was you thinking?
I thought she was gonna get set off then. I really thought when they got to the bridge, I thought she was gonna set Otto ass on fire, which she should have. She should have set him on fire because he gonna come with this torn fairy tale page. Oh, you see, my daughter loves you. Get out of here with that BS. Because that's not how you be talking about me to your daughter.
No, it absolutely ain't. And she, you know what? Rhaenyra read through Otto's bull jive, okay? She read right on through it. And Daemon was about that damn action. Do you hear me?
He was ready to get it on.
Daemon was about action the moment they said they put that crown on Aegon and her dad died. Daemon was about that action. But Daemon also done something I wanted to know too. I asked the panel last week, ladies and gentlemen. I said, why didn't Princess Rhaenys O'Malley's set ablaze to that whole thing and destroy it? Daemon said the same thing I said. Why didn't she do it? Her answer was what Lex the Targaryen said. It wasn't my place to do it. But
she's right, though.
She's right, but she's wrong. She's right, but she's wrong. Because Daemon said, like I said, you should have set them ablaze and you could have prevented war. But because Rhaenys is a woman of honor, it wasn't her war. And she knew the beef that was between Alicent, Rhaenyra, and King Viserys and the whole spiel. She felt like that was a Rhaenyra family issue. That's what she felt.
And what always happens to honorable people in Game of Thrones? They die.
She gonna die. Believe me.
Set that thing on fire and roasted marshmallows in that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And look, it's people in here saying she couldn't do it. Key Mac is saying Lamont, it's not her battle or place to do it. Yeah, I get all that. But Daemon said exactly what I said. You should have done it. Because now there's going to be a long, 5 seasons worth of a war coming. She's liable to get her ass chewed up and die when she could have prevented all this. And Rhaenyra has no reason other than one to think that Princess Rhaenys would do something like that and for a wrong reason. Because Moochie, in all honesty, had Princess Rhaenys took out that whole family, who's the queen automatically?
Rhaenyra. She would have been the queen. She should have just blew Otto's hair back. She should have blew Alicent's hair back. I know why she didn't do the boy, because she just lost her children. So that's probably why she didn't do it. But I surely would have blew Otto hair back if I was on that dragon.
I just wanted her to Dracarys one person. That's all. Just Dracarys one person. Just to send a message. But you know what? She done the honorable thing. She done the chivalrous thing, if we're going to associate that to a fighting woman. She came back and told the people. And she sat back, and I noticed how she was just watching how Rhaenyra was moving. Because when they went to the painted table, created by Aegon the Conqueror, ladies and gentlemen, when they went to that painted table and they start trying to figure out who are their allies, who can be on their team, who do they need to utilize in this war, Rhaenyra played it calm, cool, and collective the way her dad did. And Princess Rhaenys was smiling in the background the whole time as she's watching this young lady grow up. But Moochie, that wasn't the height of the beef we had. We had another beef because everybody else around that painted table, and I'm talking about this table right here, everybody else around this table wanted that action, including her own husband, who commenced to choking her ass. He commenced to choking her ass because he's like, look, you acting just like my damn brother. Soft. You don't want to do nothing. This is an act of war. They just caused you to lose a child. Moochie, what was going through your mind when you saw Daemon choking his queen?
You know what it is? Now it looks like he has ulterior motives.
Daemon?
And yeah, with like Otto, I want to be in charge. She not doing this how she should be doing this. I want to be in charge. But he has to understand. She just lost a child, so you're not all there. She's not all there.
Right. He let it go. He let go and he let her lead. That's what he did. And then the good thing happened. I'm wearing the man's shirt. The sea snake, ladies and gentlemen. The sea snake is alive, ladies and gentlemen. He's alive. And with him being alive, Moochie, he mentioned how him and his fighting warriors have taken over the stepstones. Now, Moochie, do you understand why the sea snake having control of the stepstones is so big? Do you understand why that's big?
Why is big? Because now that they got control over the stepstones, they're gonna have a bigger army, right?
Well, them having control of the stepstones means that they have control of the narrow sea. And Moochie, let me tell you like this, honey. If you are someone who owns a bridge in America, you rich because you get to tax the hell out of anybody going either direction. So now with the stepstones being the gateway to the narrow sea that leads you right to King's Landing.
He said he was saying he's gonna stop stuff from coming there.
Exactly. He has bent the knee for the queen. He's on Team Rhaenyra. He is not only gonna stop trade from going to King's Landing, which is gonna starve out everybody. So some of these buffoons like the Baratheons that didn't want to pledge fealty to Queen Rhaenyra, they're going to be up a shit's creek because you're not going to get supplies. He can also do this, Moochie. He can also tax people that's coming in and coming out. He can tax them just for shoring their ass up, thinking that they're going to go deliver something to the king that ain't Aegon and make them succumb to whatever demands he wants. It to me right now, Moochie, I don't see how Team Black loses. Let me give you a list of all the things they got going for them. They have more dragons. They got control of the stepstones. They got the richest house in Corlys's house. They got that. And they also have legitimately the baddest fighting warrior in all the Seven Lands in Daemon. Moochie, what are the Greens gonna do? They ain't got but 3 dragons. They got what? Vhagar, who is damn near 5 dragons. Okay, I'll go ahead and say Vhagar's 5 dragons. Then you got who else they got? They got Moon, Dreamfire, and Sunfire. So what advantage does the Greens have considering everything that happened in episode 10, Moochie?
Right now they have more of the 7 kingdoms.
That's a good point.
They have more.
They got the manpower.
Kingdoms. So they got more of the 7 kingdoms that's bending the knee to them.
Right. But so they got them
as far as but none of these dragons have been in fights. Remember, she said that they haven't went to war, but Daemon talked about the stray dragons.
Yeah.
You still got her husband that fled, his dragon, who's gonna ride
Sea Snake.
Yeah, who's gonna ride Sea Snake.
Yeah.
So it's like there's so many different dragons that's roaming around there. Where are they gonna listen even though they don't have riders? What's gonna happen with that?
Well, I think that this episode and what happened at the end with Luke kind of showed you guys that the dragons do have a mind of their own. Now, there are some riders who have greater control over their dragons. There are some that have greater control, and then there are some that have very little control. Luke and Aemond had very, very little control over their dragon. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. What's up, Modem Killer, my man? Baltimore in the building. We have a superstar getting ready to join this panel. We have the all-knowing, all-loving, all-feeling, all-seeing, just damn everything. Lex the Targaryen, our resident superstar who knows everything House of the Dragons. joining us tonight. What's up, homie Lex?
Up. You got lashes on, you got a moles running, and
Hey y'all.
What's going on, Lex? How you feeling today?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're still recovering. We're still recovering. Right. We're still recovering, man. So we want to know what you got to say, being that you are the aficionado for House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones. How did you like this finale? And talk to me about the end when the dragons themselves really started this war. But if you let my wife tell the story, she's going to say Aemond started the war. But we could make an argument that the dragons did it. But I'm interested to hear what you got to say.
I definitely enjoyed the crap out of this finale. I knew, like I said, what was going to happen. So, me and Miss K, of course, knew, Aemond was going to have Lucerys killed, but it was just like, how is it going to happen? Is there context behind it? Mm-hmm. But everything from the acting, Rhaenyra, the aggravation, just Daemon being Daemon choking Rhaenyra out, Rhaenys,
what?
Just everything was just like, yes. And then it was over. 2024.
I thought we was going to see more action.
I think they saved it because literally from season 2 until they decide to pull the plug, it is nothing but action. Season 1 is going to be the slowest season that there was. And season 1 was still really good. But from now on, it's just going to be just
ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, Lex the Targaryen, she has a link in my video description. She makes music, y'all. She's got a song out called Chucky. That shit is a banger. She's also in the top 100 on Spotify, my sister. What's going on? She's in the top 100 on Spotify, y'all. Go support this sister. Her link's in description. She's a triple threat. She acts, she sings, she's got some hip hop, she's writing, she does it all. Show the sister some love. And not to be outdone by my sister with the Top Gun shirt on that drops that hammer, who basically writes scripts. She takes these shows we watch, she rearranges them and puts her own script in there. I'm talking about the sister Moochie. You got to get on her channel too. Check them out. So Lex, let me just get on to the nitty gritty here, because I got my notes. I also have in my stack of stuff all the predictions that we made. And y'all got a lot of stuff right. So let me give the fans the predictions that the ladies got right. Shout out to you fans. We've got 150 in the building. That is our record for House of the Dragons, and I'm grateful. Be sure to share, like this video, and let people know that we are some black folks that know how to break this stuff down that y'all thought that black folks couldn't. Not my audience, but some of y'all out there thought that we couldn't. Hell, we got this. So Lex the Targaryen. Dracarys. Ladies and gentlemen, she has a dog that goes Dracarys. Every time you hear him bark, he's not going roof, he's going Dracarys. That's what he's doing. So Lex the Targaryen, let me read what she had as prediction. She said episode 8, Viserys would die. Damn it, she got it right. She said Lyman would die too. And Lyman Beesbury, he died in episode 9 at the hands of Sir Punk A. Christian Cole. Okay, so boom, you in there. My wife's Crystal said the king would die. I mean, I'm gonna give her credit, but we knew he was gonna die. That ain't a lot of credit to give. We knew he was gonna die. Neither the diva said the king would die and Lyman Beesbury would die. See, ladies and gentlemen, I got it all on the paper. Neither the diva. All on the paper, right there. And then what did Lamont Tyson say? Lamont said Luke dies. Got that right. Lamont said Lyman dies. Got that right. Lamont said Vaemond dies. Got that right. Miss K said Vaemond would die, and she also said Lucerys would die. But that kind of don't count, but we'll take it.
Why it don't count?
She done read the book. She know everything. Her and Lex know everything. Lex be flexing. She know everything. Brillo said the king would die. Okay. And Moochie said, oh man. And Moochie ain't read the book. Okay. Moochie said Lyman, the king, Vaemon, and that's it. And you got them all right. Y'all did good, man.
I'm surprised I did good with that. Because I know they like 2 steps ahead of me with everything. But I'm gonna start.
But you know what, Moochie? They can't deny us. You know, we're gonna still be right here giving out great predictions. Shout out to our new subscriber. Patience is a virtue. Hello, everyone, new subscriber. That dragon that Daemon was singing to, was that one of the wild dragons he was talking about around the table? Actually, that dragon belonged to Jaehaerys.
I think that's his dragon.
No, that's not his dragon. That was Verminthor. And Verminthor is the dragon that used to belong to the king before Viserys. Verminthor belonged to Jaehaerys. Verminthor is the second biggest dragon out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's another one down there that
never rode a dragon.
Well, let's ask Lex. Balerion
was Viserys dragon, and he rode it for like, I think he only rode Balerion once when he claimed it, and you know they do the circle around, and then that was it. And Lamont is definitely right. Verminthor is the second largest dragon, so that kind of evened out the greens and the red side, because it's like we have you know, Nana Vagar, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, we got Pop Verminthor. What you want to do? Like that was a win. That was a win. And then the song, like, I don't know if anybody paid attention to the song that Daemon was singing.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask that.
He was doing that Balerion talk. He was
I have it in my notes because I translated it. I'm looking for it right now. Actually,
ladies and gentlemen, Valerian is a language, and she knows how to translate it.
Yes,
and while she's getting her notes together, there's another dragon out there, my people, called Silverwing, that Daemon is probably going to go sing the sweet chin music to that dragon and get him on the team too. She's back.
So the song translates to fire breather, winged leader, but 2 heads to be a third sing. From my voice, the fires have spoken, and the price has been paid with blood magic. With words of flame, with clear eyes, to bind to 3, to you and I sing. As one we gather, and with 3 heads we shall fly, as we were destined, beautifully freely. Now, with that being said, yeah. Now he keeps saying blood magic. Now, do y'all remember from Game of Thrones, before those dragons woke up, Khal Drogo died and Rhaegal died.
Right.
He and Tyson dragons with blood magic. Rhaenyra's son just died. Right. Well, Luke didn't die yet. So Viserys had just died, and Visenya, which is the name of the stillborn child, she just died. So blood magic is a thing.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen.
Died and Viserys died. That woke the dragon. So now he can get a new rider.
He can now. Verminthor could have had a rider years ago, but it's just a matter of who's about to walk up to that big beast. Like, here, Vermi. Like, heck no, that's a big dragon. That's a big dragon.
Yeah. He's huge.
So
man.
I think, like I said, if it's saying, you know, the price has been paid with blood magic, meaning obviously, you know, it wasn't on purpose, but hey, only death can pay for life. Mary Mazdor taught us that.
So if that is really and truly the case, who is going to have to die for them to get Silverwing to join their ranks? Who? Because when he goes,
Lucerys could have been to death, because Lucerys happened after he sang the Verminthor.
Oh,
as well as another dragon. That's another 2. Verminthor, Lucerys died, as well as Arax. There's another 2.
Yeah, so the dragon's blood count too, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I would think so, because Targaryens are blood of the dragon. So it's kind of like, you know, a half a dozen in one hand, 6 eggs in the other.
Yup, and then he got the other ones that was brewing in that stew. Because I call this too.
Well, that's what it was doing.
Look, I don't know the right terminology, but it was brewing in there too.
Moochie, we'll take that.
Take out them eggs.
We'll take that. So let's line this up, ladies. So I'm gonna call this out for y'all. There's gonna be a battle, green versus black. The blacks got 3 dragons. I've already called them out, Lex. But let's talk about all the damn dragons. I mean, excuse me, the greens have 3 dragons. The blacks have Cyrax, Rhaenyra's dragon. They've got Kyrax, Daemon's dragon. They've got Melee's Princess Rhaenys' dragon, and she's about to go over there and help defend Driftstones and all that stuff. Oh, ho. I'll come back to that in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a record-setting House of the Dragon super chat, a $200 super chat, which means I will be splitting a super chat this large with whoever's on the panel with me at the. Damn it, Miss K just pops in right at the super chat, so I'm going to have to split it with her too. Lord have mercy. Lord. That's in the nick of the time. That's in the nick of the time.
We get some money.
Oh, Lord. So, ladies and gentlemen, whenever I get super chats of this nature, I always split them with my panel. So let me read Trey Mack, and I'm very grateful to you, my brother. I'm going to actually play you a video for this. He says, Lamont, evening, bro. Mooch, what up, kid? But this is for Lex. From Stargarian to Targaryen, reader to reader. How do you feel about the characterization of Daemon thus far? Because there seems to be assertive effort to make him unlikable from books to show. Is it starting to bother? It's starting to bother me. Lex, what you got on that?
I personally like Daemon because we got to keep in mind when you're looking at the books, you're reading a history book. And I say this every time that I get up here. You know what I mean? You're reading a history book, so we don't get the real personal view of the character. And you got to look at the book as they really painted Daemon as like the Rapture, which he is, but he's a complicated character. You're not going to get the complexities of a person, you know, in a book. You know what I mean? And not everything is black and white unless it's like a book about Columbus and it's like he's a raper and he's a killer. Yeah, he is in the story. But Daemon, it's a bit different. You can see why he lashes out some of the time, and some of the time you hate him like, Daemon, what the freak are you doing? So, I mean, I really like what they're doing with his character, but I can see how you could be frustrated. But you, like I said, we only in season 1. So I think Matt Smith is doing a Emmy-worthy job on Daemon, but I believe we're like slowly like the dragon's egg is big. We picking off scales, so I'll just give it a second. I think you'll like it.
Wow, well said. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't get into this thing without my sister, man, my family, my folk over there. Miss K, how you feeling about this episode? And then I'm gonna throw you right into the fire, right in the fire.
Okay, you know I'm ready.
I got a Phoenix.
Oh my Lord!
I'm flying, so I got a top gun one.
Rise out them ashes, baby. God. So bring that fire. What up?
Oh my God! I knew you was gonna do something else. I knew it. So Miss K, who do you blame it on? Do you blame what happened at the end to Luke? Do you blame it on Aemond, or do you blame it on the dragons? For setting the siege to the dance of the dragons?
It's definitely it's Aemond's fault because like you know who Vhagar, like she has a ill-tempered nature. You can't bring her up there for no play stuff. She was like this little ninja done blew some fire at me. Oh, I'm about to get some lunch. Like, I don't play with fire.
Wait a minute.
It's eating time.
Chicken and hot sauce.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just show you the sheer size of Vhagar compared to Luke's dragon. This is Vhagar above Luke's dragon in the rank.
Yes,
okay,
that's crazy.
I mean, how did y'all like the dialogue when that was going on? He was telling his dragon, "Obey me."
Right.
And so was Aemond. But the thing me and my wife trying to figure out is this. Rhaenyra, you should have known that this boy hadn't had enough experience flying around on that dragon in places to do business of the king or the queen, excuse me.
Yeah.
And we know good and damn well that ever since Aemond got his hands on Vhagar, that boy probably wake up early in the morning and go flying around her like he running at the track. We know he stay on that dragon. But he couldn't control Vhagar either. So are they trying to tell us something, Lex the Targaryen? Are they trying to tell us that there's going to be some angst amongst riders and dragons that are going to cause more bombs to set off the way this happened?
Yes. Dragons, dragons don't they listen, but they don't listen. Viserys said it, and of course it went over a lot of our heads in like episode 1 or 2 or whatever when he was talking to Rhaenyra, and he told her, he said, the illusion, it's all an illusion that we have control over the dragons. They do not
say that.
They do not. Like, if you're but you have to realize too, you have to have years on years of a relationship. Look how Melee's pulled up. Melee's up through the floor. I'm gonna get close enough to you. What you want to do, Rhaenys? You want to leave? Cool. They had 50 years worth of one-on-one. It was screwed up on both sides. Luke is a baby. I don't think like I said, this is why Rhaenyra sent him on the smallest trip. If you pull up a map from Dragonstone to Storm's End, it's not a far ride at all. So Rhaenyra thought, obviously, Luke could have been back same day. You know what I mean? So that's why she would send him. Nobody expected Big Bad Daemon to pull up. Now, Luke being 14, he saw Vhagar and was shook. I would have went back home, but of course his mother's in war right now. Was like, let me deliver this message and let me go. He did exactly what his mom said. But Aemond, being the one-eyed a-hole he is, like, you can't play games in the sky with the largest dragon. Vhagar is with that smoke. Vhagar is the survivor of over 300 battles. You're not about to play kitty and mouse with Vhagar. Like, but of course, you at 17, 18, however old is, you not thinking that far. Is you took my eye, haha, I'm gonna antagonize you and bully you. I'm not expecting my freaking dragon to literally like snack bite you. Like, Vhagar really hors d'oeuvre that poor dragon. Like, it was just like, at least Luke ain't suffer, because I think he got swallowed on sight. Bless his heart. May the seven carry him.
But we saw him fall out the sky, so he didn't get swallowed. We seen
that wasn't him. That was the dragon. That was right.
That was the dragon.
Left wing of the dragon in the tail.
So he got swallowed.
He ate the whole middle.
I thought that was his little cloak.
His red cloak. Yeah, when I went back and saw
the cloak come down, because I watched it more than once.
Yeah, because I didn't think I saw Luke the first time either. When I went back again, I saw the cloak and I was like, is that Luke? So you can't really see, because it's literally pieces going, falling down. So it is a possibility.
So that brings me to my next question. How the hell did Daemon find out so quickly, just like that, what had happened to Luke? Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't they flying over water? It ain't no way somebody from the ground could have seen these dragons above the clouds, unless someone watching when Vhagar left Storm's End, might have sent a raven to the queen. Look, when Luke left Storm's End, Vhagar was in hot pursuit of something. How did Daemon find out so quickly? What you got on that, Miss K?
Well, I was wondering that too. Now, I do remember Rhaenys saying that she was gonna take Melees to go, scope out a certain area. So that could be a possibility. Now, when Daemon came at the end to see, to tell Rhaenyra the news, I didn't see Rhaenys there, but you never know. She might. Sometimes you got to go back and really scope the scene. I'm not one of those people that like sit there and like study the scene, pause it, and study. Right. But like, you might have to do that. But that's the only thing that I can think of, is that Rhaenys could have saw it. I don't know.
What are your hypotheses, Lex the Targaryen? You're a Targaryen, so you might know what happened.
Oh, Corlys and Luke Harris, rest in peace. No, I believe the book said that the people from Storm's End, all they felt was Vhagar was supposed to do a roar that like shook the foundation, and they saw a blast of lightning in the sky, as well as two things of dragon fire, and then they heard a shriek. So I don't know if people reported it, but I believe that, touching on what Miss K said, I believe that Rhaenys is flying over, after Corlys said what he said, she's flying over that area that would have like the near the Blackwater Bay, kind of like the area so that they could start blocking off the portal, so like they can start blocking off goods.
Yeah.
But we really don't know. It is logical either way, but I think my money is probably on reports for people, because you saw how he left. It was kind of beef when they left. You hear dragons in the sky. There was only 2 dragons nearby, so that's probably what happened, but we don't know really.
All right, ladies, let me get you on this brother right here, by the way. Shout out to Monique Nicole.
I was going to say,
sisters in the building.
You know how they have all of the whispers going? Maybe somebody saw how everything was transpiring between them two, because he was saying, look, I'm not a warrior, I'm just a messenger, and he still pursued him.
Now,
I mean, it's weird, because that type of situation, like his body was never found, so it's kind of weird for the news to have traveled that fast. So they got
they had the internet,
right?
Yeah, they didn't have the internet back in the day, ain't no raven flying that damn fast in the rain. I was like, bruh, he found out quick. But at the end of the day, I'm good with it. Talk to me about this punk ass right here, Borros Baratheon. Now, last I checked, ladies, don't the Baratheons have loyalty and love for Princess Rhaenys? And didn't Rhaenys and Corlys just bend the knee to the queen that is Rhaenyra? So why is this non-reading MF that's got to get the Maesters to read his papers? Why is he making deals with the queen the king that ain't? Moochie, I'll let you go first with this. What the hell is up with Borros Baratheon? How he get to be the king and can't read?
Because he inherited it. Remember, the father was the one that actually bent the knee. Where he like, I'm not doing it. I know what my father did, but I'm not with this. You not bringing no gifts. You just a boy. Blah blah. And he dismissed them. So yeah, he got there because of his, because of his lineage, because of his blood.
And then he gave one of his little horde.
It was people that was presidents in the United States that didn't know how to read.
That's a great point. That's Moochie. That is a great point. And ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake.
Watch cartoons or the news.
Moochie ain't talking about presidents from the 50s and beyond. She's talking about recent day presidents. That's what Moochie talking about. Yeah.
I can't be fooled again.
Yeah. So what do you think about Borros Baratheon? And Lex, will Corlys, Rhaenyra, would they squeeze him out of goods that could be coming from those stepstones and the narrow sea to get him to bend the knee for her? Because look, they want Aemond to be one of his daughter's husbands. All right. This man ain't siring no damn children. This man, he gets a nut from violence. Okay. Like this is the boy. He was supposed to have been sad in this one. Let me find that picture. He was supposed to be sad.
About Aemond? Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay. Aemond. He was supposed to have been sad in this moment, okay? And it looked like he's up there getting the wind in his ear, like he kind of has some fun. So how is Borros Baratheon going to benefit from having Aemond as a son? And was this a smart decision on his behalf?
No. Absolutely not. I wanted to make sure that I was correct before I went yapping my gums. I'm looking at a map of Westeros right now. Storm's End, like I said before, is extremely close to Dragonstone, but they just said in the last meeting that they're about to have the people in Summer Hall like hosting a house. And all of that is within the same area. So he really just shot himself in the foot, to be honest. But I mean, you people, I mean, sometimes people overreach, and it's just the thirst, just like Corlys, like the thirst of having some sort of blood tied to the throne to have people making stupid decisions. And it's like, if you were halfway, I just couldn't, in my right mind, like knowing how they are in Westeros, logically side with the Greens, knowing Daemon is bat crap crazy on the Reds, and like literally just saying, hey, I'm gonna go against Daemon. Like, you're not smart. at all. So that wasn't a smart decision at all. And not to mention, it's gonna get back that he sent Luke outside. Like, you tell the smart. Why didn't you send Aemond home? Send word we're gonna make patrol. Like, Luke is still a kid. So I don't know if I can't remember back to when they were proposing to Rhaenyra, if maybe he got turned down and he butthurt like the little Lannister dude. Because a lot of like the people that Rhaenyra was dubbing, like they're really still butthurt, just like Kristen. Like,
that's true.
Man. Wasn't he one of the ones when they had like the whole long line of people?
That's what I'm saying. I think
he was one of them, right?
Ones. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why he's upset.
Oh, you talking about when they were
when she was on Dragonstone on her little tour with them. Exactly. So I don't know what's I don't know, but they gotta yeah.
Okay. Well, Miss K, talk to me about Borros Baratheon. And does Jenna make a good point? He wanted to side with the guy with the largest dragon. Well, Jenna, I've heard bigger ain't always better. But,
he probably listen. I don't know what the heck his issue is, especially because his family is, Rhaenys' family, like he's family with Rhaenys. So I mean, it doesn't look, family don't mean nothing on the show. It doesn't mean that you have to automatically side with somebody or whatever. But I don't really understand the whole thing, but it does let us know that this is an ongoing trend with all of with the different houses, that the fathers may have pledged fealty and they're all dead now. So now the sons are doing what the heck they to. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to mean that it was anything. Don't mean anybody was spurned or nothing like that. It just means that they're like, heck with my father, I'm doing what I want to do, and it's looking like I'm gonna have to choose the side of the war that I think is gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But his father should have been trying to see if Borros Baratheon is his child, because this dude got brown hair.
That's a good point.
Hair. So he might be a freaking bastard. You know what I'm saying? That's them dropping the ball. The writers, they be dropping the ball. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that, but they be dropping the ball. Like, Baratheons have black hair. Okay, seed is strong. I had to actually mention that in my my recap as well, which hasn't. Like, the seed is strong now. He might be a bastard.
Oh my God, boy, y'all a mess, man. Y'all is a mess. And so I'm gonna come right back to you, Miss K. Yes. Did you like the parallel between Corlys and his wife Rhaenys when he basically said, "You know what, honey? I've been chasing the ghost." I'm paraphrasing here. You was right the whole time. And he decided to bend the knee, pledge fealty, all that to Princess Rhaenyra. And I love the way they had Rhaenys in the background smiling when Rhaenyra seemed like she came into her own as a woman. Talk to me about those scenes.
So I love, first of all, when they were in the room, Corlys and Rhaenys, and it's like he abandoned her, and I'm glad she called him out on it. And it was almost like a reminder to us, like, we felt like, oh, he was wrong for doing that, right? But it was like she reminded us that he did it at the craziest time in both their lives, like when their children just died. Like, how you gonna leave her like that? Sheesh, made him look all kinds of horrible. So now I feel like he had to come to a place like, yo, I really did mess up, and I've been fighting her on it this whole time. So I'm gonna go with what she wants. Yeah, Rhaenyra, she's ruined our lives, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it was like he was coming to her side, the side that he thought she was on. He didn't realize that she was seeing a new side of Rhaenyra. Because the whole time she's stepping back and she's looking at how Rhaenyra is handling the situation under all this pressure. She just heard her father died. She just lost her baby, had to bury it. I mean, this is crazy stuff that's happening to her. And she still has not folded. You know what I'm saying? And so this is everything that Rhaenys is seeing. And she's admiring it. It's almost like she's seeing Rhaenyra for the first time. And that's when she tells Corlys, like, no, we're not doing it that way. Because I'm telling you that this girl is holding it down for the realm so far. She's keeping the realm together. So I loved how Corlys is like, this time, like, they flip sides. Like, Rhaenys was always getting behind Corlys, whatever Corlys say. But now this time it's like Corlys, he got behind Rhaenys' decision. Like, we're gonna get behind this girl in this fight. And then he goes in there and then he's just like breaking it down, like, yeah, you know, your grace and all of that. And, you know, she got involved, Rhaenys got involved and all that. I was just like, oh, I love it. I really did enjoy it. So
I did too. I thought those were some good moments, man. Really good moments. Yeah. And Moochie, how did you feel about those precious moments with Princess Rhaenys and Corlys basically pledging fealty? Basically, Corlys got humbled, Moochie. And
he can't look. I like the fact that she made sure I don't know if she got him to come back or if he just came back on his own. Because we just seen him wake up and she was there.
Yeah.
And she let him know, look, we've been going through a lot, and now he's starting to see the picture. Like, we lost a lot. We lost our children, or for trying to be on this throne or whatever the case may be. And now he's finally seeing the light. I just want to be with you and grow old and enjoy our life. So I'm glad that she brought it to his attention. I'm glad she checked him. I was very happy when he said, you have all of our fleet. And then how he was saying he gonna shut them down because he's got control of the narrow sea. So that was great.
Lamont.
Yes.
Can you go to that picture again real quick?
Oh, sure. Which one? This one?
Yeah, don't that look like
Charlemagne? Yeah, I was gonna say
it sure does.
It Charlemagne?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Charlemagne the God could be on House of Dragon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Valerians got people of all shades and colors. Charlemagne the God.
Like he a part of the freaking Nation of Islam with that freaking hat on.
Right. He looked like he about to be a chef someday where go cooking up something.
Yeah, that's true. Like. That's true.
Go make us a meal. Lex the Targaryen, how was you feeling about Corlys and Rhaenys' thing that was going on with them? And how do you see them playing out going forward now that they have bent the knee for Rhaenyra?
I think from my thinking point and not what I know, I think that it was a good move. I think that it's supportive. Obviously, it's in favor of him in more ways than one. His grandchildren, you know, biological and unbiological. It looks good. And honestly, although they're down, the moment Corlys kind of crossed over, you really kind of got the win inside because Corlys really rules the sea. Cain and all, like Corlys runs the sea. And where King's Landing is placed, you know, we've seen it several times, like goods have to come in via the sea. If he runs this, you know what I mean? Like it was a very, very bold and strategical move. So I do think that was genius. I think they were able to put all of their pettiness and bitterness and things like that to the side. But you know, nobody is to be trusted, in my opinion. Even when you trust somebody, they're not to be trusted. So although we can trust Corlys now, I don't know if that's everlasting, like the love of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Now, how did you like the restraint that Rhaenyra showed? Because when they first opened up at the painted table, man, and everything that had gone down, everybody wanted her to go to war. Okay. There was hardly anybody that was like restrained, especially Daemon. He was on her. How did you like how she was like, look, what kind of kingdom will I have if I burn down everything? She didn't want to come to a burn down kingdom, you know? And I have to go back to Moochie's point, Lex. Like she was talking about a president that couldn't read. There are people right here in America that will vote against their own damn interests just to stick it to the liberals. I don't give a damn if it's going to raise my taxes. I don't give a damn if they're going to make a bill where Republicans get to poop on everybody's house, including mine. Long as those Democrats' house getting pooped on, damn it, I'm for it. How did you feel where she didn't cave underneath that kind of torrential pressure, Lex?
This is why she would always make a better ruler than Aegon. Let's not act like little cupbearer Rhaenyra didn't have her ear to the table. She wasn't just passing wine around. Rhaenyra is really trained. trained since the age of 14. Rhaenyra got to be pushing 30 right now. So she got about 15 plus years of her father's counsel heeding, listening, and learning the sneakiness from Daemon, actually being around the table and knowing the lords and actually diving deep. She actually speaks full Valyrian. She knows the histories. Like, it's nothing dumb about Rhaenyra. And I think that's why more than anything, Rhaenys respected it, because it's like, here's this little girl who I said this would happen to. It's happening to her, and she holding her own beautifully. Rhaenyra don't want to go to war. Rhaenyra don't want to. She trying to figure out what's most logical, and it's a selflessness in Rhaenyra that people don't acknowledge. If you're willing to step back and actually let a usurper usurp the throne for the sake of keeping the realm together, she bossy. I respect it. I really do respect it. However, all bets is out the window. Her son has died, and all hell finna break loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, hell hath no fury like the fury of an angry woman.
That's that Daenerys season 8 look.
Yes, Lord have mercy. She won the hell out, okay? She just gave birth to something that didn't live, okay? You went through all that pain and all that, and your baby didn't survive, so you're dealing with that. Your baby Luke, you probably in your mind felt like I shouldn't have sent him out on that mission. Now he's dead. Oh, she ready to whip some ass. So that brings me to Miss K. This is gonna be fun. Miss K. While all this is going on, a message is sent to Dragonstone.
I'm sorry, I gotta take the floor real quick. I'm sorry.
I'll come back to you in a minute. So we'll go back in reverse order. We'll go to Lex. A message is sent to Dragonstone, and look who pulls up. It's the hand to the king. Well, former king. He pulls up with terms, gives Rhaenyra a piece of paper that said, "This is from Alicent, your love." And remember, that was that same thing that they had with them way back in like episode 1 or 2. And then you know what she did? She snatched that pen off his damn chest. Boy, floor is yours, Lex. Talk to me about the anger in this scene.
See, this is the difference between, the Targaryens and us Black Targaryens, because I would have hit him with a Baylor punch quick. Like the man who literally sat there and usurped my father. I'm not snatching no pen. I would have slapped him across them bricks and hit a mean Dracarys and told Cyrax to get them all, because that's ridiculous. Like, it's the and the actor is doing such a good job. That's how you know I hate him. You know what I mean? But it's like, you got a lot of nerve. You planted this whole thing. You gonna pull up at my people's house talking about some Aegon got the sword. He got this. He was anointed. He A, B, C, D, E, F, and G's a rapist with bastards everywhere. What are we talking about? Y'all put a rapist on the throne that got bastards. And I love the hypocrisy from father and daughter, the hand and the foot. Because y'all are sitting there acting like Aegon don't got bastards. So what you mad at Rhaenyra for? She actually raising hers. Let's talk about it. She actually acknowledges hers. Let's talk about it. And more than that, no matter what anybody in the Seven Kingdoms says, Laenor never denied them kids. So you can say what you want. Laenor claimed them, and that's the end of the story. Corlys claims them, and that's the end of the story. But back to Otto, you gonna pull up with demands? Let me tell you something. The restraint that Rhaenyra is out here showing, because I was on Daemon time. Hey, yo, Sir Eric, bring me his head so I can do with it what I please. You feel me? I'm really on Daemon time, and I respect Rhaenyra for her calmness. And she's giving the mother, I'm giving the stranger. Off with his head.
Damn, Miss K. I don't know how you follow something like that, but you got the power. You got on the Phoenix Rising shirt. Follow that up. What kind of balls does Otto have to bring his ass up there and offer terms, then drive the knife even deeper by giving a piece of paper that he knows is an emotional attachment between his daughter and Rhaenyra?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, your heart got to be a little cold. Like, forget that daggone paper, man. Like, don't try to usurp the throne and then try to bring this little funky paper from mad years ago. After that paper, so much stuff has happened. To hell with that piece of paper. Okay, Dracarys. She should have gave it to freaking Cyrax and made her freaking burn the daggone thing.
That's what I was thinking too. She gonna burn him, the paper and his ass.
Coming there with he came there with insults.
Insults.
Dead. Yo, Daemon was so right when he said we could give him the answer we could shove the answer right down her father's throat with the answer. That's how you supposed to go with the answer. But she's trying to, honor her father, which I respect. I really do respect it. But at this point, I don't know how it be in her shoes. Like it's almost on some. I feel like it'll be on like, oh, I'm gonna let my people do it because they mad right now. So you see how Damon's like, yeah, go, Sir Eric, bring him over here. Cyrax was in the back, like she was with it too. So I'm like, yo, let it do what it do, Rhaenyra, and get it over with, because it's going to be a straight freaking it's gonna be a catastrophe. Nobody on that other side was gonna survive. And that was it. So I wanted it to be that way, but she said no. I respect your restraint. That's all.
Hey,
now,
it take
it. Real quick though, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Of course.
His little thing was like on some F them kids type of thing, right? He came there with this whole thing like, oh, your true-born sons with Daemon will have this title and that title, whatever. I think somebody said the cupbearers or all of this bull crap, and then I think she could still be the princess of Dragonstone, and then her son, her true-born son, Aegon, with Daemon will inherit that, right? And it was just like, forget all about the strong boys, because we not we so basically it was like insult upon insult. We want you to also admit that you got bastards. That's what they were asking her to do. So they needed to send his head in a freaking bag. Send a raven with a piece of hair in it or something like that. I don't know. Right.
And Mooch, half of the issues between Otto, Alicent, and her kids is this issue of them keep right on trying to call out Rhaenyra for having bastards. That's one of the reasons Aemond lost his eye, because they got into a tussle. He steals Vhagar. They getting into a tussle. Off comes his eye. So couldn't we not have sent a message to Otto, and when she took the pen from him, maybe she should have stabbed it in his finger or something and took a finger from him? Couldn't we send some kind of a message back to Alicent and Aegon?
I wish she would have did what Daemon wanted to do. Put his head on a freaking spike. I wish that Miss K's suggestion was good. Take that paper, give it to the dragon, torch his ass and the paper. Because I told you that before they even came on. She should have burnt him on that bridge. And I was surprised that she's, to me, I know she's trying to do the right thing, but she's looking soft like how her father was.
Yeah.
But you know what, Moochie, sometimes restraint, it takes a big person to have restraint at the proper times. Yes. At the proper times. We chastise people in everyday life that lose control every 3 minutes. Now I know that turn on some women, okay? Some women love having my boyfriend gonna do this and he gonna fuck you up because he ain't got no restraint, but that's not a good look, No, I'm just keep that thing real.
I'm gonna keep my man and he gonna handle it. Right. Look, I gotta give you the bird talk, the bird voice.
Yeah, exactly.
My man handle it.
Maybe getting their man.
Look, I'm gonna get my man to handle it because I don't even be doing stuff like that. But I'm gonna get Raekwon and he gonna handle everything.
And Raekwon
let me find out.
He want all the smoke.
Let me find out. Moochie done turned into Juliana. You Raekwon. Let me find out you done turned into Juliana.
I'm a nut. I just like to make people laugh.
So, ladies, I'm grateful to you all coming in here with me today, talking a little bit of this. I'm going to do a prediction show Friday to careen into Nita the Diva show if you guys can come back. But I want to end on this. They said Verminthor, they said his breath is so hot it can melt steel. So I'm going to start with my 2 book readers down there. Without telling us everything, because we've got an audience of 210. Shout out to you guys being a great audience, checking us out for this great, great show. Lex the Targaryen. How badass is Verminthal really and truly?
There's Vhagar, there's Verminthal. That's about as good as it's gonna get. It's black and white. There's no subtext. There's no need for a breakdown. There is Vhagar on the greens. There is Big Verm on the blacks. That is it.
Verm. That's it.
Big Verm and Nana Vey.
So basically, it almost sounds like the other dragons are insignificant the way you put it, but because I keep hearing something. I was about to say, I keep hearing about a cannibal or somebody.
I think people, and I mean, this is all I'll say, but one of the most slept on dragons, and I think it's because of her deformity, Caraxes is really not to be played with.
Yeah.
Caraxes is really that dragon. Like, y'all, like, we focus on size and stuff with Vhagar and stuff, but the deformity of Vhagar means she's the perfect weapon. She's long, she's fast, she has back wings on her feet. Caraxes is really not to be played with, and that is it. That is all we gonna watch. But yeah, let's not sleep on Caraxes because she's small and long and weird looking. Go Daemon.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Caraxes, the last time I seen her, looked like she had took some steroids and then got a little bigger on her. So
yeah, I think she's supposed to be considered pretty big. I heard them saying that she's big or whatever.
Like, she is. She's big. She's just long. So like that bulky kind of. It doesn't. Kind of like skinny weightlifters where it's like you ain't how much, but it's muscle.
Gotcha. I know them dudes you're talking about. The kind that go to the gym all the time. They big up top, ain't got no legs on the bottom. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know them.
Vivo Lotties.
Oh my God, Miss K. Damn it, Miss K. What you got on Verminthor, Miss K? What you know about this dragon? And if you put him and Vhagar in a one-on-one battle, who's gonna walk away?
Oh man, I don't freaking know. That's hard. That's hard to say. I don't know.
What? I mean, that's close.
Vhagar is said to be slow because of her size and stuff. Like, and she's old, so we got to remember that she's slow. Now, this guy has been in the cave, in the dragon pit or whatever, wherever he is, for a little while. So I don't know what that means for him, but. I don't know. He's ugly. How about that? That's what I do know. I know he's ugly.
Miss K, you teasing us. See, you being a tease tonight, Miss K. You know something. And Lex is basically telling us everything we need to know with her pearly white teeth. She can't even stop smiling. I think you two know something, and you don't want me and Moochie to know, but we gonna find out. Me and Moochie gonna find out.
What do we know, cousin? We don't know a thing. What are you talking about?
Not at all.
I beg your pardon, miladies, but you know of the type of dance that these dragons dance, and it is not the query dance. It is not a dance for the sheep, miladies. Miladies, I just ask you before I have to go to that foot licker and ask him who knows things. Tell me more about Verminthal and his abilities to burn concrete, miladies. What do y'all know something?
Steel.
Well, I mean, if he can burn steel and Vhagar is several hundred years older than him, then what do you think she can do? If a dragon fire can melt down Harrenhal, and that wasn't even a dragon anywhere near their size, then exactly what dance do you think is about to happen? It's not the size of the dragon, ever, really. Smaller dragons burn Harrenhal. It's who the rider is and the temperament of the dragon. Free cannibal! Very interested to see the cannibal. HBO, drop the cannibal. We want the cannibal. Hashtag, we want cannibal.
Cannibal don't want nobody bothering him. Like,
okay. Is there any parting words you ladies would like to say before we get out of here and we see these people on Friday? What would you ladies like to say that we didn't cover to get them juiced up and to keep this thing going? Because I've really enjoyed you all coming together for this show that I wasn't even going to think about doing this year, but because of you guys' push, You've done it. I'm truly grateful. But what do you guys want to see to start out next season? I'll start with you, Moochie, and go around.
I want to see an all-out war. I want to see action, and I want to see the Greens get what's coming to them because they seem like they went in too much to me.
Lex the Targaryen, what do you want to see happen around the first episode of next season? 2024, daggone.
2 words, 1 connector, blood and cheese. Episode 1, swing off the gates with it. That's all I care about. Come out the gates bloody. That's what I want. Blood and cheese. Y'all know who blood and cheese is. Don't say it in the comments, but let me see some blood and cheese in the comments.
Uh-oh.
Blood and cheese.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought it was wine and crackers, wine and cheese. I thought that's what the housewives drank. You mean it's blood and cheese now? I don't want none. What you got, Miss K?
I got blood and cheese, but the blood and cheese thing is a little, I don't know if I want to see it because it's not a good thing. All right, it's not a good thing at the end of the day. It's a sad situation. But what I am looking forward to is Alicent's reaction to the blood and cheese situation, because I want to see this chick feel the pain that comes from all the stuff that she and her father basically put into place. That's what I want to see. The blood and cheese stuff is too much of a tragedy, but I want to see this chick feel this. I want to see her suffer. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Sufferation.
You don't think it's... Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I've started a new tradition. Whenever I'm chatting with a panel and a super chat of $50 or more comes in, I split it with the panel. And so Trey Mack already done sent 200. So now it's 210 that's going to get split with the panel. Let me see what Trey Mack got to say. He says, it's confirmed. The Alicent's third son, Darren Targaryen, will show up next season. If he pops up looking like Christian Cole, I'm a wild out. Blood and cheese. Look, at the end of the day, we already could see them vibes coming. She's showing her feet to someone she knows she's not going to sleep with. Okay. Who knows when it's the last time she pleasured herself off King Viserys? She was done with him probably like 7 years ago. Okay. That thing is still humming. Alicent still has needs too. And Club Feet is not going to be able to service them needs. Not all he can do is service her feet. So, y'all, watch out! The Dracarys dog, Dracarys.
Dracarys, let me see him.
The Dracarys
Hi,
dog,
Sasha.
Dracarys.
This is the other one.
That's you making all that noise.
No, it's Cosmo.
That's the smaller one, right?
This is the girl. The white one is the one that makes all the noise. Say hi.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, so
Hey,
nice.
Cosmo.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Thank
nice.
you.
All them, they bad.
All righty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here, man. Come check us out Friday night if you can get a chance, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll careen the Need This channel at 10 p.m. to talk a little bit more predictions for next season. And let me ask these ladies, because you guys have got a lot of fans on this channel. What are you all watching right now? One thing we're watching, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get to see all these same beautiful faces. Thursday night, we cover American Horror Stories, episode 3. So if you want to come and get all this hot takes from these beautiful faces, and I don't know what place I fit into all this, come check us out Thursday night at 9 p.m. But what else are you ladies watching right now that the fans can follow you guys on, or you guys are doing reviews for? Lex has got her music. Check her out. And what else are you guys watching? I'll start with you, Miss K.
Of course, I'm watching American Horror Story. I'm going to start my reviews later this week, but I'm also watching The Wire. I mean, The Wire. I am watching The Wire, but that ain't new. Sorry, I'm also watching The Oval. I'm keeping up with it because, you know, I have a lot of people that subscribe to my channel that really love it, and I'm just kind of keeping up with it for just because I'm trying to please them, but it's really getting on my nerves. But that's what I'm watching.
I know.
Yeah,
I know the struggle is real. Now, Moochie, ladies and gentlemen, she up there killing the game. She's watching some heavy shows, and I'll let her tell you about a couple of the shows she's watching on Showtime. She's got 2 big blockbusters she's following on Showtime. Tell the people, Dracar's number 2.
Well, what I'm doing now is American Gigolo. I finished City on the Hill. That's done. Your Honor is supposed to be coming next.
Whoa, wait a minute. Let me hold up. When is your Honor come back on?
It's supposed to come back on. I want to say it's November.
Okay.
Lex just turned me on to a show. Hold up, I forgot the name of it. I gotta look it up. She know the name of it, but I
it's
started taking notes and watching that.
Motherland.
So I started doing that, and I've been looking at Reasonable Doubt. It's on Hulu. So those are the 3 shows that I'm looking at now.
Okay. And Lex, but not least, when you get a chance to watch TV, you're not recording and doing your work. What are you watching right now that fans would probably get into that are fans of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon?
I just actually finished The Patient today. It's on Hulu. It's really good. It's starring Steve Carell. It's one of his more serious roles because he's always so goofy, and he did an excellent job. So you guys could check that out. Like Moochie said, Motherland. But I think via Instagram, or if anybody on here ends up wanting to do it, because The Crown comes on November 8th. So I'm so excited to see this season. I'm a huge The Crown fan.
Yeah, me
too. I'm gonna check into The Crown. And then for everybody else, my video for Chucky comes out Friday.
Let's get it. Now, for those that might have followed Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, but have never followed The Crown, tell us a little bit about The Crown, Kay and Lex. Maybe you guys, since we've done this review, I took a note. 50 people have said they had never watched Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. They had never watched Game of Thrones, period. And they kind of caught our reviews and the craziness we was doing. They caught me with that wig on one day in the fire and ice butter knife. And they said, let me go back and take a look at this thing. We've got 50 new people watching because of our reviews. So tell us what goes on in The Crown that might get people interested.
The Crown.
You want to go, or you want to?
I'll make it brief, but The Crown is so good. First of all, it's real, and it is spilling all the tea from the day Queen Elizabeth said, to right before she was coronated up until current time. And every 2 seasons, the actors change so that it shows up. If you like Daemon Targaryen, good, because Daemon is actually Prince Philip season 1 and 2, and does it like he does it, but it is the tea, like spilling over all the little dirty stuff you weren't expecting to hear, all the racist stuff, all the tea, how it's just everything that you can want, and it's true. So it just makes it so freaking juicy. Like, it's juicy.
Damn.
Yeah.
What you got, Miss K?
So for me, it's like like she said, Lex said, it is juicy, but it's like you're also watching all the politics and how things are played, and you're really seeing that Queen Elizabeth has no power. Like, I mean, it's so irking. That part is really, really irking, because it's like she just always goes towards what Parliament says and this and that, and it's just like, girl, we need you to exercise that queenship, okay? So that's one of the things. You also see that she has like a sister who's kind of like out there. Her sister, it's always it's the crazy thing is that you see this kind of stuff in Game of Thrones and in House of the Dragon, where you have like how Rhaenyra was. She was wild. She didn't really want to be doing all the duty stuff and all, you know what I'm saying? Her sister was kind of like that. She was out there doing her own thing, doing stuff princesses shouldn't do. And you have
Margaret,
and then you have the big sister who is the queen. And she's just all about duty and all about keeping that righteous face, basically like Queen Alicent a little bit. But she's not like Queen Alicent, because she really is like a stickler. She really tries to stay good, you know. So, but it's just really a good show. And right now, the part that's the juiciest is that we on Princess Diana, and we know we're gonna get the accident this season because they showed the whole thing last time, how their love was just terrible. And then I mean, I really felt bad for her. I'm sorry. And so you just, once she got in with them, it's like her life was just horrible, depressing. You know what I'm saying? And
we had that poor girl.
Wait, what happened?
You on mute.
I said he had Diana around his jump off teaching her about her man. Like, the poor girl found out the day before her wedding that he was getting custom jewelry engraved for Camilla. Like, Camilla Park Bowles is the first side John in history to become queen.
And then she's a queen. That pisses me off.
And that made me I didn't like her from back in the day when they used to talk about her.
Exactly.
I didn't either.
Right.
Like, I didn't know what was going on because I was young, but you could just feel something wasn't right the way the tabloids would position those two kind of against each other when, for whatever the reason, America loved Princess Diana. I mean, like, there was girls running around here with her poster on the wall. She was something special to a lot of people in America. So, wow.
Yeah, because every place that the royal people felt like they were above and didn't want to go to, she went to those places. This is why people love her so much. You know what I'm saying? So sorry,
she made her kids volunteer. She took them to KFC.
Look, I remember she went to Ethiopia. They had said nobody from the crown had went to Ethiopia. Never. For what? What reason? And Princess Diana went there and was like, I'm here. I'm helping. I'm getting my hands dirty. Wow. So the fans want to know what work. So Motherland comes on Hulu. Okay. And The Crown comes on what?
Netflix.
All right. What else y'all watching, man? Y'all winning fans over tonight, man. I looked in there. There's people watching The Crown, smiling and giggling and dancing and doing the butt. What else y'all got, man?
You can catch it on Hulu.
Doing the butt.
Freeform too.
Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've caused enough trouble tonight. Please be sure to go check out everybody's link. It's in the video description. Lex has got her music. Check her out. Miss K's got a booming channel. Miss Moochella has a hammer channel. She do got books.
She got Miss K. 2 books.
Yeah. So when you selling your book shit, Miss K?
Yes.
Oh, please, by all means, plug your book, please.
I have 2 books. One is a children's book called, I should have it out here, but I don't have it. Called Busy Mommy. And another book called, it's a mystery novel, and it's called A Stone Unturned. So. I mean, I can give you guys more information. I will put it in the community tab on my channel. The links, they're on Amazon. So and they're not super expensive. The novel is $13.99 and the book is $9.99, and the kids love it. So it's going into a series I actually wrote. Oh, there he goes, Moochie.
Well, hold on, I can't show it. My green screen is
there it is.
Yeah,
I'm trying, y'all. Look, I'm trying to do the advertisement. Hold on.
Thank you. So that's turning in. I'm starting a series with that. So the second book is coming out. So that's that. It's going through illustrations right now with the second book for the series, Busy Mommy series.
That is amazing, man. I'm proud of these sisters, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud of these sisters. Doing a good job. Sooner or later, Moochie is gonna have hammers for y'all too. Now we working on that, y'all. She's gonna have hammers y'all can buy. It's got a screwdriver too. So after you hit the nigga in the forehead, you can take out the screwdriver and pop him in the eye. Dracarys.
Amen.
Look, this is every girl's perfect dream. You can be fashionable and protect yourself at the same time.
That's right.
And if you got to screw something, hey, here it is. You can screw it in.
Hey,
You
Righty,
can
tighty.
screw it in from the largest to the smallest. It's
That's
very
right.
resourceful.
if you're hanging with somebody who got a few screws loose, pull out
you
that
might,
hammer.
You might meet somebody
screw 'em
that
up.
need look, you might have to use the hammer to pound it out, and then use the screwdriver to choke them. But you're protected.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here, man. We are grateful for you guys coming, spending this time with us tonight. Please come catch us on Thursday night when we do review American Horror Story, episode 3. This season is pretty decent, man, I gotta say, and it's been fun to hear these ladies' takes because they always come. They're not comedians, but they should be paid like they are because they are funny. Till that next Sex is Hell video, we'll see you. Now, y'all hang around real quick, though, because I got to get some information from y'all.